you're stuck in your mind, more till it will take you in.
Yeah. Ronald, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm hoping we're going to have a great interview, and I'm looking forward to learning a lot more about you, the way you trade, and dive into a little bit of your psychology. First and foremost, Ronald, how are you today?
I'm good. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Just before we start and we get into some of the details about your trading and, of course, your psychology, we're going to be discussing your risk. Could you introduce yourself to the audience and tell them a little bit about yourself?
All right. Thank you so much. My name is Ronald. I come from Uganda, but now I live in the UAE. Most people call it Dubai. So I work and live in Dubai. So I am basically a Ugandan working and living in Dubai.
That's amazing. How long have you been in Dubai for?
I think this is going to be my fifth year. It's 5
Fifth year.
years. So,
wow.
yeah.
And how do you like life over there? I know a lot of people seem to be moving over to that side of the world. Do you like it out there?
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's good. Only that it is very hot, very, very hot.
Mm.
If you if you like compare it to Uganda, it's basically very hot, but otherwise it's okay.
Yeah, I hear the summer there can be quite bad, 40, 50 degrees sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And have you traveled anywhere else in the UAE? Is it just Dubai that you've been to?
Of course, I've been to Sharjah, I've been to Abu Dhabi, I've been to Ajman, just a few places. It's just the
Okay.
neighborhood. Yeah,
Very nice.
just,
Very nice. But Dubai is your favorite place?
definitely Dubai. It should be.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Nice. So Ronald, obviously we're going to be talking a lot about your trading today and maybe some ups and downs and some insights that you can share about your specific strategy. Before we dive into that, I would love to know what is your educational background? What got you into trading?
Okay, thanks. Uh, Basically, I did business. Uh, I did business administration before. I did also fisheries management. Yeah, this is something we do in our country. But I never like went into the business world, you know. So I never started my own business. I never went into the fisheries management field also. So after my school, I didn't basically go into that. I just formed a community-based organization. So I went into NGO work, basically. So after that, I just decided to move to Dubai. And that's how I started my life, basically. So I just came back here to start another life. Yeah.
Awesome. And so how long have you been into trading for now?
Trading, I started in the mid of 2020, in the lockdown, basically.
Oh, during COVID.
So I started learning just from scratch. I had
Okay.
I had one friend of mine in the lockdown, so I used to chat with him. Hi, bro, how are you doing? What are you doing right now? He's back in Uganda, so I used to ask him what's going on. What are you doing now? Because all of us were locked down. So this guy told me, I'm just trading. So I'm like, oh, what is trading? So he just told me trading, Forex trading. So I was like, oh, what is this? So I just gave it all my time. So I went to a website called Baby Pips. So from Baby Pips, I learned from scratch, basically, what is Forex, because I didn't know anything. Just in 2021, in the mid, June, September. So for like 6 months, I was learning because there are many lessons, almost like 360 lessons from this website, Baby Pips, completely free. So I learned from scratch what is Forex. I learned the Fibonacci's, the Ichimoku's, the all the moving averages. A lot of it I learned from there. So by the end of the year in 2020, I think I was ready. I was ready to start. So I started with a demo. That was December 2020. I started on a demo. Then I kept on checking online what to do. Then I started with some free accounts from some brokers. There's some Windsor brokers. There's Tickmill brokers. These guys give you like $30 free of charge. So I started with those. I kept on losing them like this. Then afterwards, I came upon prop funds. Just from the YouTube channels, I would watch a lot of YouTube channels for some traders. So I would see in the comment section, people are like, oh, I use this strategy. I passed this challenge. Then I was like, oh, what is this challenge? Then I checked on the website for one company. I think it was FTMO. It's one of the biggest. And so I checked on it. Oh, I'm like, oh, this is real. Some people will give you funds. You start trading, and you can basically have a bigger something and change your life. So I'm like, okay, I give it. That's how I started trading.
It's a really interesting time to be getting involved, obviously, because with COVID and 2020, that was a very volatile time in the markets. So it's a great, I guess it could be a very good time or a very bad time to be starting to trade. But it's interesting to hear your experience with that. And you starting with baby pips is actually very refreshing to me, because that's exactly where I started as well, many, many years ago. So it sounds like we had the same very humble beginnings, starting our education online. So would you consider yourself at the moment a full-time or a part-time trader?
Well, I am not a full-time trader. I believe taking trading as a full-time job should be when you really have enough capital, when you're really there, maybe like 4 million,
Okay.
Like you guys, when you give us funds, when I can scale up to 4 million, that's when I can be a full-time trader. But as for now, I cannot be a full-time trader. I am a part-time trader. I have a job. I work for 9 hours. So I do trading as a part-time.
Okay. That's very impressive, though, that you can maintain the balance between, your full-time work, 9 hours a day, as well as your trading. So is trading something that you do on the go, or is it something that you do after you finish your job?
No, actually, I have a different strategy. So I don't sit on the laptop or on the phone or on the computer and trade all the time.
Okay.
Because of my job, I cannot do that. So I set trades. I go for work. I check them after 3-4 hours. I see what's going on, maybe in my break time or in my free time. I have enough time to check, just 5 minutes check like this. So I check.
Yeah.
If there is some profits, I take them on. If there is some losses, I can hold. If I have to, or I set some stop losses, then that will be covered for. Yeah. Okay. So basically, I work in shifts. So sometimes I'm working in the morning shift or in the night shift. If I work in the night shift, it's much better. So in the morning, I can do something, or I can set my trades, then wake up and check what is happening. But if I work in the morning, then 7 in the morning, Dubai time.
Okay.
That is basically before the London session. I check out my trades. I check those ones which are consolidating, for example. So after the consolidation, I'll set my buy limits or buy a stop order like that. Then I go for work. So after like maybe 4 hours, I have to check at the beginning of the London session or in the middle of the London session or before the New York session starts. I will check if there's some profits. I'll check it. Then I will. So above where I've taken the profits, I would also make another buy limit or buy stop. So in case it takes again, then I will check it also. So I'm not always checking like this. For this, I also because if I keep checking, then I will close it or before or earlier. So that is basically how I'm doing it.
Okay.
And
I think
that's until when I will have enough capital, then I can make bigger decisions like leaving my job, concentrating on this. But as for now, I'm leaving it to be like that.
Yeah, I really like that, because I think from the experiences that I've had and talking to many other traders, one of the most important things is obviously making your strategy work around your lifestyle. So the fact that you can do that whilst managing your full-time job, and you're utilizing your trading correctly through orders, stop orders, limit orders, whatever that may be, is obviously, something that can work quite well for you. So talk to me a little bit about the specific pairs that you trade. Are there any particular markets that you focus on, or do you have a wide range of markets that you look at?
Okay, thanks for asking. I used I used to try a lot of things, from the YouTube channels. You really try a lot of things. So I read about trading one pair, for example, US 30, the gold. I tried this thing, but it really needed me to be on phone all the time, checking what level it is. So I am not. I just gave up of trading one pair. So I'm like, no, I cannot do this. I know some people trade one pair and they are making a living from that. But me, I trade almost all the pairs, but only Forex pairs, gold, and US 30. So it's all the Forex pairs, majors and process, plus US 30 and the gold. Only that.
Okay, that's good. That's cool. So is there a specific session that you end up trading the most given your specific time zone, or do you trade anytime there's an opportunity available?
Okay. Basically, I am a breakout trader. Breakout trader. So most of the breakouts happen at the beginning of the London session and also in the US session. So that means I trade mainly the London session and sometimes the US session. I just don't like the US session, especially when it is beginning, because the market is just moving like this. I tend to like hold my trades for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour like this. But at the beginning of the US session, basically in the buy to be like around 5, around 4. The market is really moving like this. And if you trade like the US 30, you cannot really tell where it's going. So within 5 minutes, it has moved up, it has down. If I want to take like 30 points or 40 points like this, it's really, Yeah. So I respect.
Okay, nice. And I mean, I know you've had a few years of experience now. You must have taken maybe hundreds of trades during that time. Do you remember the first trade that you ever took and what that experience was like for you?
Okay, like I say, my first was from Windsor. Those guys give $30 if you're a beginner. So I wasn't so much emotional. So it wasn't my real money. So that was the first trade I took on a real account. I made some profits because I think I had $30 they give me, so I made it $60. But after I lost it also because I never had a chance to withdraw. But then later I opened my own account with another broker before I knew about the prop funds. So I opened with another broker. I made some profit. Then still I lost it, but I never gave up because I saw some people make it. Leave alone this gurus who make like millions. But I saw some people. This colleague of mine who told me about this thing was really having a good life. So I knew I can make it if I give it time. So when I came up from farms, I knew this is it. This is the future of Forex.
I like that. The fact that you've maintained that long-term perspective. I think a lot of traders, that's something they miss. They only focus on the short term and they want to make their millions, you know, overnight. They want to make it by tomorrow, which is a lot of what often tends to hold them back. So specifically, you mentioned that you had a transition between finding prop firms. What made you want to trade prop firms over your own personal capital, and what made you want to choose fundednext to trade with?
Thanks for the question. Trading your own capital, for example, if you have $100, let me say $100, it's something I may be willing to risk, because you know in Forex you only have to trade what you are willing to risk. You don't have to like trade your salary, money for your people, or for something. You just have to risk what you feel you're okay with. So personally, I was willing to risk $100, let's say. In the Forex market, $100 can really make you very less, because you would be risking, maybe you will be trading like 0.01, 0.02. With the 0.01, that takes time because a little bit out of it. But the Forex firms, the prop firms, these guys will give you, for example, with your $100, maybe $90, $80, you have a bigger account, a $6,000 account. That's way much better. This can make you something, even if you're risking 0.10, 0.20, according to your strategy. You can really make something. If you can make $50 a day, $25 a day, $30 a day, if you compare this over time, it really makes a living out of that. Because when you compare it with the salary, for example, here in the UAE, maybe someone is earning 70 dirhams a day. What you're paying. So, and that would be much less in dollars, maybe $15 a day or $20 a day. So, if you can make $50 a day in Forex, you can take that until sometime. So, that is my mentality when it comes to trading. So, when I came about the firms, they are willing to this much capital, 5,000 accounts, 10,000 accounts at a smaller fee, even if it is a challenge. Really, the first days you need to follow some rules. Then you can take your time, go for it. God helps you also. You will achieve it, and then you will have the baby as long as you stick to your strategy. So because that's, I told you before how I came about these programs. So I tried the FTMO first. I tried their free trial. I passed it in 6 days. So I'm like, I am done. This is it. So I requested now a real one. So I think I bought their minimum. I think they're 10,000. I don't remember. This challenge, I failed it. I read somehow I failed it. So still learning. Learning. Then I kept on trying. When I lost that one, I never gave up. But remember, I was just using only the money I'm willing to lose. So sometimes I would not buy another because I'm not really ready to lose another money. So I tried my Forex funds also. I tried the challenge also, a smaller one. I passed that one. Then I went. I have their certificates. Then I went for the live accounts. The live account I failed it. I think in 1 week. I don't know how it's Forex is like that. Sometimes you have it, sometimes. But I knew it was about risk management. Basically, I wasn't risk.
Yeah.
So I lost it. Then I spent maybe like 2 months without an account. Then I'm like, oh, now I'm ready. So you know, I watch a lot of YouTube channels, mainly for Forex. Ever since I started 2020. I have never missed a day without watching a trading channel, something like that. So every day, it's like every day. I have never missed watching it about about Fibonacci. So I watch like that about moving average, so many things. So one day I was watching also another channel. Then an ad came up about funded next. So funded was saying they are giving us 15%, 15% from the profits you make from the demo. That sounded cool because in the demo you're like it's not like the real fund. So you can really try to risk a little bit. So not so much scary like a real account. So I was excited about the 15%. And also the cost is not really much. It's almost the same like Forex funds. So I'm like, okay, because of the 15%, this is a leverage. If you compare it to other funds. So I went for that. I never, I wanted to buy it before, but I waited for the promotions because I know every beginning of the month, FTMO will come, sorry, Funded Next will come up with the promotions. So there's a time when you are running the 50% promotion. That's when I came in. So I decided I am really willing to lose this. I think it was $25, I think. Okay. The smallest account, 40,000. So I'm like, oh, really, I can afford to lose this. Yeah. I started like that. Yeah. From that account, I never moved back. So I made that challenge. I passed the challenge. I was paid the 15%, 100%. I was amazing. Paid. The all the money I made from that account, I think it was over 10% of the initial money. Wow. Without any issues. So I think this is home. Yeah. I look at so,
yeah. I love that. That's really insightful. The fact that you've thought about this in a way that prop firms are a good resource to be able to leverage and scale your capital, and especially taking advantage of the promotional discount that you took advantage of, but then also using the extra 15% that you get from the challenge phases, which is, it's really smart and a good way to manage your money. Ronald, I would love to dive into a little bit more about the specifics about your strategy. Would it be possible for you to screen share with us and show us a little bit on the charts, like specifically what you're looking for?
I don't know if I can do it on my phone.
Okay. If that functionality is not there, then maybe you can talk us through that.
Okay, I'll tell you. So I am basically a breakout trader. So it's basically breakout and fake out. So definitely, if you trade breakouts, you will face fake outs most of the times. Actually, fake outs. So I am a fake out trader. Okay. So I trade when the market, if the market consolidates, either on 4-minute time frame, 1-minute time frame, and 5-minute time frame. So I look for the consolidation on the 4, on the 1 minute, and the 5-minute is when I enter my trade. So like I told you, I'll put buy stop orders above the consolidation area. Yeah, and the other thing, I am only looking for weaker pairs against stronger pairs. Okay. I'm trading the weaker pairs against the stronger pairs. How do I know the weaker pairs and the stronger pairs? I use an application. It's called the Currency Strength. Currency Strength. Currency Strength is an application from one company called Easy. It has so many. It has Easy Ichimoku, Easy moving average. It has so many indicators, basically. From that Easy strength, I check on the weekly which pair is stronger and which pair is weaker. So if I find a pullback in the stronger pair, versus the weaker pair, I will put my buy limit just above the concentration area. Then, I mean, most times it will come back, take me in until the other level which was there before. I check my profit.
I love that. I find it really interesting, and again, it will be probably a good resource for the viewers of this interview to check that out in terms of determining which currency may be stronger than the rest. So you mentioned that you look at 3 specific timeframes, right? Was that the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and which other?
No, it's the 4 hour, the 1 hour,
4 hour.
and the 5 minute. So
Okay,
on the
perfect.
on the 4 hours, I'll see the trend of the market. Is it buying? Like, you know how the Forex works.
Yeah.
Up,
yeah.
down, up. But you need to see, is it going up and down, or like this? Is it consolidation? And before the consolidation, was it going up and down, or it was going down, down? So after the consolidation, if it was going up and down like this, then above that level, I will put my buy order. But before I put that, I need to check on the 5 minute time frame. What is it doing? Is it overbought, oversold? Is it consolidating? If it is oversold and in the 4 hour it's in the buy, then just below that level, I'll put my buy order. So once it comes back, it's taking me on. So basically, I'll be trading those pairs. Like, for example, for the last, I think 3 weeks, 4 weeks, the pound is much is stronger than the JPY, stronger than the Aussie, is stronger than the NZD. So I am looking at the pound, Australian dollar. If it will give me any pullback, I am going in straight. I am buying it. But with a small lot, I don't really trade a lot of bigger loss because my account is not all that big. And still, I don't want to risk a lot because I am not checking my trades for like 4 hours, 5 hours. So if I'm checking my trades for 4 hours, 3 hours, if I am risking a lot, then I would maybe lose my account before. So after those levels, when it takes me in, I will close the manual. I don't have the take profit. I put the take profit, but it's usually very high. So I have hit my take profit only. So I'm like, I set my orders. I will check after 4 5 hours. If I have maybe $50, $60 from one pair, I will close that pair because I trade daily like 4 pairs maximally. At one time, I can only enter 4 pairs. So I have 4 buy limit orders or sell limit like this. Only 4. So sometimes the 2 are in, or all of them are in. Some are in small losses or bigger losses. So I will check the ones in profit. I will take that profit, and I will also set another buy limit above that one because I've already checked this, so I have some backup. So I will check just in case it goes back up, I will go with it. In case it comes back in, I'm okay with that. But sometimes it will go back up, then take me back down also. But because of the risk I manage, I am not out of my account usually.
Yeah, that's really important. And I think we're going to talk a lot more about risk management because you've pointed out that it's quite important to, I guess, not just your strategy, but any strategy that you take account of. One final question that I have in specifics to your strategy is this: having the breakout side of the strategy, or the fake out, as you like to call it, is that some way that you've traded since the very beginning, or is that something that you've evolved and learned over time? And how did you evolve into that trading strategy?
Okay, so of course, for the period of 1 year, I was trying a lot of strategies. Before I was using the RSI, the oversold and overbought. I discovered it works, but not all the time. Actually, all strategies work, but not all the time. So I tried the oversold, overbought. I tried a lot in the beginning. I tried a lot the stochastic RSI. This actually worked well for me. I used this, then I made my first money. I made it from the stochastic RSI. but still also I ended up thinking it's not the best. Yeah. So I tried RSI, I tried the heat wave, like which pair is being is uh, is being overbought by that time. I tried a lot of indicators also. Then I decided to stick on just the weaker pair against the stronger pair. I just found it much easier. With it, even if the pair takes you down, as long as you know in the long time on a weekly, this pair is the strongest. Even if I told you about the pound and the Aussie, even if the pound even if it will be in a sell for a longer time, you know, at the end of it all, this is gonna go up because the pound is much stronger than the Aussie. So it's just pulling back, or it's just the wrong move. At the end of the day, it's gonna take you back. Sometimes it doesn't, actually, depending on the risk of manage. So I would take cost my then I go back. But to answer your question, I've really tried a lot until when I came up.
Yeah.
So
I love what you shared there in the idea that every strategy works, but just not all the time. And I think that's a lot of the trader's job to figure out which are the conditions in which it works and how you can make it work for you. Because I believe, or at least I see, that there is a common thought that a lot of people think trading indicators don't work. And obviously you've been an exception to that, which is, I think, going to be insightful for a lot of people to show them that actually there's more than just the strategy. It's also the mindset and how you apply that strategy and which conditions you apply it, which will determine whether you're successful.
Yeah, like I said, it works not all the time. It works, but not all the time. And you can, you know, it's not going to work this time. So you really, it's better to add something else, like which one is weaker, which one is stronger. At least you can add that. I didn't care about scalping. I tried scalping also, but scalping would make me like intense. I don't know how to say. It would make me like more stressed, you know. You're watching 5 minutes, you'll be checking on it. So it would make me feel anxious. Anxious. So I was like, maybe scalping is not for me. It would make you feel bad this time. You have a bad thing. So, and if you are to take trading as maybe a job or something, you really need to love it. So, but scalping was making me to hate it, you know. You're entering the trade, but you're really scared of the trade. So I'm like, it's good. Some people are really making a make money, but it's not for me. So I prefer a day trader. Set your buy orders, your orders, let them do something. After 4 hours, it's not working out. Just move out and do something.
Yeah. I love that. It's again, it's very refreshing to hear that, because I think there are a lot of traders that don't commonly have that train of thought. So, you know, to hear you going through all these experiences, it's definitely refreshing, and I think insightful for many of the listeners that are watching in and tuning into this interview today. I would love to dive into a little bit about your process behind the strategy. Do you place a lot of importance on things like journaling or back testing? Are those things that you do regularly? And how important has that been to you in terms of determining your strategy and what works for you?
Okay. About journaling, I would not say that I will maybe write down or store these much trades I make. But if I could show you in my phone, I have a lot of screenshots of all the trades I take, especially those that are winning trades. So I even also have the arrows, you know, in the MT4, those arrows you can put. So I have the arrows pointing to where specifically I took that trade. So I have a lot of screenshots of all the cards and all the trades I took. So I always move back and I know why I took this trade because of this image. So, you know, there's that image of power. For example, there's something you already, whenever this trade reaches here, whenever I see this type of candles, whenever this breakout happens, this 4 hour time frame, this is gonna happen. This is gonna go up. So I have a lot of screenshots of that pair. So I always look back and I'm like, yeah, I took this trade because I took. So whenever that image of power comes back to me, I will take it for sure. Most of the time it works. For example, I usually like it, the breakouts on the 4 hour time frame. I actually didn't tell you I have another indicator. It's called breakout. It's also for the easy couple. It's called easy easy. It's called easy breakouts.
Okay.
Easy breakouts. Very nice. So I said for the 1 hour and then for the 4 hour. So every time I get alerts for the 4 hour, I check. If it's the same image I have in my screenshot for that breakout, I will take it. I will just put it by limit. That for sure it will take me in. Sometimes it will, of course, I will look at the strength of the currency, like I told you, and I will take it. I also get alerts in the 1 hour. So I have those images I can really see on the 1 hour when this breakout came from this trend line, from this horizontal line, it's gonna go up. I check that.
So it sounds like you've almost created your own journal with your screenshots, and they get used to seeing certain patterns in the market, which you obviously execute on.
100%.
I think that's really important in terms of, again, finding the thing that works best for you, which clearly you've done and you've had a lot of experience with toying over, the few years that you've been involved in trading. So I would love to pivot this conversation into talking a little bit more about your risk management. Obviously, I know you've mentioned that's something that's quite important for any strategy. So do you have a specific risk management guidelines that you follow? Maybe do you have like daily or weekly cutoff points? What specific things do you look out for to help you manage risk on a day-to-day basis?
Okay, so depending on my account size, first I will not set like more than 4 trades.
Okay.
If I have buy limit orders, or if I have already a trade already moving, I don't have to make more than 4. So that I am covered. Then also on the lot size, for example, on my account size, depending on which account I am trading, I don't have to trade more. So if I am trading a 0.10, I will stick to that. I will stick to that, depending on my account. If I am trading a bigger account, maybe like 100K, I am not risking more than like 2.1.
Okay.
So I am 1.0. Basically, I will not risk more than that. So it's maximum 4. I don't have many trades open. So if those open, I am in just to manage. If some of them will not open, I can close it out and try another one. But at least they have to do 4 of them.
Okay, gotcha.
And for the stop losses, most times because I am not risking a lot, I would take my stop losses for maybe 100 points. It takes me way to 100 points just when I can check the loss. I'm like, okay. For example, if it will take me down past the first level, past the first level of consolidation on the 5-minute time frame, the second level of consolidation still on the 5 time frame, I am out. I'm like, okay, now I'm not gonna anymore. So I will be out. So usually it's around 100 pips maximum.
Okay, very nice.
If I am having some profits, I will take some losses even at 50 pips. I mean 50 points down. I can.
And sorry, please continue.
No, it's about those maximum for trades I take. Then the lots I take. This is the secret of trading. Your lot size really the secret. If you take an account size, you're going to lose that. because you really nobody knows where this trade is going to be. Someone will tell you, "I'm 100% this is a buy." No, never happens like this. So you need to have a backup for yourself. You don't go all in. Yeah,
Of course.
the only way you don't go all in is by the lot size. Just
Mm,
that.
mm,
As it
yeah.
doesn't matter where your stop loss is. It may be smaller, 10 pips, 10 what, but your how much you are willing to risk will affect your psychology, because when you're risking a lot, you will take your profits much uh, faster. Maybe it would give you more profits, but you will take it because you are really scared. I've been there before. I'm scared. Maybe, oh, I risk maybe okay, maybe like three lots. If I get like $100 from three lots, I'm closing it fast because maybe it will come back down to me and taking it out. But if I am risking the normal one, if I get maybe $200, $300, I'm okay. But when you're risking a lot, your psychology is affected.
Mm,
So the lesser you
yeah.
do,
I
risk.
think it's a really important point, and I think not a lot of traders think about that aspect between the connection between the size and the amount that you're risking and how that will impact your psychology. Do you have any experiences whereby you feel your psychology has been impacted in a negative way? And how do you deal with things like FOMO, or do you feel like sometimes the urge to overtrade or revenge trade when maybe the market hasn't gone your way?
Yeah, this happens to all of us, especially in my personal account. I used to have personal accounts with some brokers, but I don't do it anymore. Me, I believe the future of Forex is in the funds. So I
Yeah.
don't do personal accounts anymore. So I used to have accounts with me, those brokers, small accounts. But this psychology thing really happens, and these things of revenge trading, this happens to every trader. No trader will tell you this has never happened to them. For example,
Yeah.
you you use it, and this actually happens for me in the US session. That's why I don't like the US session. It's very okay. I trade it sometimes, but I don't trade it. Trade it the US session. I like it when the market will come, because the US session will come and they grab off all the profits that have made, all like that. So I, in some incidents, I remember it's basically the gold. That's why I up to now I don't like trading the gold. The gold makes you to be attention because
Mm,
it's moving fast. It's like the US stuff. The US stuff is okay. I trade it once in a while, but these players make you to be attention. So most times you will have a trade. You're saying okay because it's coming up and down. Okay,
yeah.
5 minutes. It's already up and down in the 4 hours because
Mm,
that's where it matters a lot. So you're like, oh, this is going to be a buy.
mm,
So you put your buy limit. Maybe it's 5:30 Dubai time. This gold will go up. Maybe there's some news. It will go up. It will go up with you when you have risked a lot. Within no minute, it's coming back.
mm,
But because Forex, you have to make decisions by yourself. You don't rely on anyone else. It's okay. People rely on signals, but
yeah.
also if someone sends you signals, check them, but not all of them. You need to
Mm,
to make judgment by yourself.
mm,
So in my gold trade, it takes me down. I'm like, no, I'm sure this is a buy because
mm,
in a time frame it's up and down, up and down. So we are going up.
yeah.
So I like insist, no. So it's still going down. You are in a loss. Then up to some level, you put another order, maybe a market order straight away. You buy with another, maybe bigger lot size. That's when the, the psychology comes in. Now you have started losing it. When you
Yeah.
add that, it will most times it will take you in a profit smaller time, then it will take you more down. So you're like,
Mm,
okay. I know it's going down, but it's gonna come back up because it's maybe
yeah.
a buyback hour. So you will end up putting like three orders
Mm,
already. They have taken you in, but they are all
hmm.
in losses.
Right.
Inside you, you're like, no, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. Maybe you don't take in another one, but that already depending on how much you have lost. Remember when you're losing maybe $100, $50, the
Mm,
other one put will be a bigger lot size, aiming that maybe you will get you will cover up this $100 loss. So you will end up either losing that account or having a bigger loss that you will not recover. For example, if it's a challenge, if you lose maybe like 80% of this account, let's say it's maybe a 100K account, if you're down maybe until $2,000 overall loss, it may be hard for you to recover this account. So psychologically, you're like, I'm done with this account. That's when you will also risk a lot, maybe trying to have it back or to give up, basically.
Yeah.
So this happened, but you need to come up with the right strategy. This type of trading will not take you anywhere. Today you will have profits with that strategy, but tomorrow you will have a loss, and it will not take you anywhere. So you will not be profitable long time.
Yeah, for sure.
The secret is basically risking small, doing it over time and time. And also for the psychology part of it, don't be in the market all the time. It's about risk management. If you risk less, you will not be bothered by what is happening. You don't have to risk very, very less because you will not be making anything out of it. For example, if you have a 6,000 account, you cannot risk 0.01. No, you will be earning. Go for 0.10 or 0.50 maximum, but you can earn it. For example, like I said, you can $50, $100 a day. You can have that if you can make it for a full month. Maybe some days you will be down, but at least if at the end of the month you have $1,000 or something like that, you can really make it. So you have to believe that the smaller until you will make it.
Yeah, I love that. I would say it's a mixture of playing the long game and also staying within your risk parameters, right? So not risking too much, but also not risking too little, and keeping that long-term perspective in mind. I definitely agree with you. That's very, very important. Ronald, just before we start to wrap this interview up, I would love to know, is there anyone that inspires you in your trading?
Okay, that's really good. From the beginning, I never got mentors, because I had a lot of time in the lockdown. So I said I can take it step by step and learn on my own. Then so I had to watch a lot of YouTube channels. But from these YouTube channels, along the way, I've found some people that are really doing trading, like they are serious traders. They are not farmers. They are not gurus. They are not, but they really tell you how they see things. And most time you're seeing the things the same way. So if I see the things the same way, I'm like, yeah, this is a good page to be. So there's one guy, I think the prop farm guys know about. Those people who trade prop farms, they know about it. There is one called Transparent FX. There's one guy called fundednext. I usually watch his clips. I like it. So every day at least I will watch this one. There's another one called fundednext. These channels I have to watch at least every day. There's another one called Get Me Trading. So every end of the week, actually, it's also part of my strategy. Every end of the week, I will search for weekly analysis from other traders, just to have an idea of the market. So I see what is really happening. I like enjoying. I basically enjoy what their analysis is. So it's basically like three people that get me funding, get me trading, fundednext, and Transparent FX. I really find it very, very informative. There are also other channels that I find very, very. I used to belong to so many Discord channels, Telegram channels, but I gave up on all this. I stick to like maybe one channel or two channels because it also affects your trading in another way. Because you are in a, one guy says gold is buying, you jump in, right? I jump into the buy within no minute. That's why trading is like a lonely business, basically.
Yeah.
It has to be you're conscious. You have to
Yeah.
take conscious because you have to know together. So belonging to those different groups would make you, someone is saying by is putting a screenshot of maybe $1,000 made, it affects your psychology. It makes you to make wrong decisions. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I stick to only 3 YouTube channels and one Telegram and one Discord channel. Actually, the Discord channel I belong to is for fundednext.
Okay.
And I just go there to check only promotions. I'm interested in promotions. If a promotion comes up, bigger promotion, I want to buy bigger challenges.
Yeah.
The two, I just want to buy. From the profits I make, I will use to buy. Then I will compile my account like that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Ronald, what advice would you give to new traders or people that are coming in to trade with maybe fundednext in particular? Is there any guidance or words of wisdom that you would share with them?
Okay, one thing I'll tell them is never give up. Giving up should not be an option. Trading is up and down. That much they have to know. It's up and down. Today you will make profits. Tomorrow you will maybe make a loss. But you need to manage this. Let the profits be a little bigger than your losses. Okay, this much you can do. Many people have done. It's not about who and who. Many people can do it. Another one, all the strategies work, but not all the time. Yeah, the indicators work, but not all the time. And you can never, this is the right time. So the secret is risk your manage your risk very well.
Yeah.
Manage risk very well.
Yeah.
So that
I love those.
You're not losing your account. Okay. So for example, if you are again find out which strategy works for you, because everyone the strategy is different. For example, if you have a full-time job, your strategy you cannot do scalping. Maybe you can do in your free time. You can do scalping because it requires you to be on the laptop or on the phone all the time. You will not manage. Then just keep reading all the time because Forex is like a full-time job. You will have to keep learning. There's always something new. Yeah. Just watch those YouTube channels from people. Some of them are genuine. Some of them are scamming, but some of them are genuine. And don't fear to try. Yeah. For the fundednext, give it a try. Give it a try. You will never regret. If you fail one challenge, go for the second one. For sure, I know one day you will make it. Yes.
I love it. I love it, man. Some really valuable words of wisdom there. Just in terms of suggestions for us, the team at fundednext, is there anything in your experience that you would love to see us improve or do better, or things that you've enjoyed? What can we do to make your experience even better?
Okay, now I will tell you honestly, the number one before fundednext, I think was like among the top 3. Like, to be honest, it was among the top 3 to make the levels. But I think you had what happened to one of those big 2. I can mention it. I think it has issues. I think Forex has issues now. That means this is now the chance for fundednext. Before fundednext was even bigger than those, depending just because of what you give. Basically, what you offer is not in the market. If you're giving me 15% profit for what I'm making from the demo, it's not in the market. So already you're leading in that. Now we have even a bigger chance. Those traders that were, some people are stuck in one thing. They're like, no, this is the one which works,
Yeah.
Now that one thing we have a gap there, okay? So whatever happens, so now this is the time for fundednext to be number 1, 100%. It's already number 1 in its own way, but it's gonna be like 1, 2, and 3. This one I know. First, they deliver on their promises. If you tell me you give me my 15%, 100%, I got it. So I don't have to say that about you. Again, there you will see reviews sometime maybe in the trust pilot. There could be some bad news or something, but I want you to know they are bad losers. in this world, there are bad losers. Someone will lose, like, genuinely, maybe he over leveraged, or he did something like that, over trading or something. Then he will lose his account or something. Then he would come up with a bigger comment that, maybe take that
Yeah.
people think. But people have to know some people are bad. All of us are bad losers. We don't want to lose, but we don't.
Of course.
People have to know they're bad losers, so they should not consider that. What I know, funded next, if nothing changes, if we continue to do the same, if we continue promotion every month, every new month coming up, new promotions, which are even favoring traders, then I don't see any reason why someone will be somewhere else. So you're either here or nowhere.
Yeah, I love that, Ronald. I love that. Ronald, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really insightful speaking to you, hearing about your trade strategy, your risk management, your approach towards psychology. Again, I think it's going to be really refreshing for a lot of people, and I think you've got a lot of wisdom to share with everyone. So I just want to thank you for your time today. From myself and the team at Funded Next, we look forward to speaking to you again in the future and hopefully distributing many more profits your way.
I always.
Thank you so much for your time, Ronald. Goodbye, and I hope to speak to you again soon.
Thank you so much. Have a great time.
Thank you so much. That's all for today's episode. Till then, I want you all to stay safe, and we'll speak to you again soon. Take care.